Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. In this one, we are talking about the Thursday Thanksgiving game slate. We have three games to go over on Thursday, which is unusual, but definitely exciting here. And we got five really good picks for you guys to consider in this video, so stay tuned for all five of the picks. And we have been absolutely crushing it recently. The last NBA video, we went 4 for 5. And if you guys want more picks, because we won't be able to make videos through the weekend for the NFL, definitely get in here. We have 5+ cappers in here at all times giving out picks, and we've been absolutely crushing it with NBA and NFL. Excited to get back into NFL for this week. To get in the private Discord, it is less than $1 per day, and you get private access to the projections that we run every morning, plus 5 or more cappers and their picks. You can see recently we've been absolutely crushing it. Went 4 for 5 yesterday in the NBA here. Hit his NBA slip, and Finity hit a 2-pick slip and a 3-pick slip. Went 5 for 5. And the last slate for NFL went 3 for 4 in that game. So definitely get in here, check it out. Also, we'll have picks in here throughout the weekend. So definitely click on the link. It'll be in the description. Also, the pinned comment to get in there. For this video, the first one we're going to go to is going to be Sam Howell. And in these games, they're pretty wide spreads. Most of them are at least a touchdown or even more. So Sam Howell against Dallas, extremely tough matchup. We're going to go under on the completions of 25.5. I feel like this one's going to be pretty safe. Also, if you're seeing these picks and the lines have changed, just know that we do post them in that private Discord for you guys before the video goes out. So you can jump on these if you are considering them. So we got Howell here under 25.5 going against Dallas. Extremely tough matchup. They are not expected to win in this one. On the under here, minus 130 is really the consensus on this on most sports books. And you can see head-to-head against Dallas, not looking good. He had 11 completions in his only game against Dallas. This one has been as low as 24.5, so we're getting a little discount here at 25.5 while taking the under. Definitely a tough team to pass on. You can see passing attempts against only 28 is what they're averaging. Dallas is. So that really means that he's going to have to complete like 90% of his passes if he's hitting this average. And I think Dallas is just going to control this game and the ball. Going to be a tough one for Sam Howell and the Commanders. So going to be taking Howell on the under for this. The next one, going to another quarterback, another under. And this is Gino Smith. I think he's going to struggle against San Francisco again. I think San Francisco is going to control the ball and the game. Kind of a similar game here. And Gino's going to hit this under of 240.5. Last game went under it. Had a massive game against Washington. But in the tougher matchups, Baltimore didn't hit that one either. So I think Smith going to struggle in this. We could pull it up on Outlier again. And Outlier does have a free 7-day trial if you want to check it out. It's definitely a great tool for finding your slips over here. They have this one at 235. So at 240, we're definitely getting a good deal. And at 235, minus 142 from Caesars. Pretty crazy. The savings you can get on Prizepicks at 240.5. In 2023, he's gone under this in half the games, but in the tougher matchups, like we said, Baltimore, he's going to struggle. I guess they haven't had too many tough matchups, honestly. They've had a pretty easy schedule up to this point. San Francisco against the pass, right in the middle of the field here, averaging 221 per game. So I think at 240.5 with those extra 5 yards of savings, this one feels a lot safer going against Gino here in this one. So now we covered two quarterbacks. We're going to get into some other players here to consider. And for this pick, we're going to use OddsJam, which is a great tool that basically will give you their top picks to hit based on what all the other sportsbooks are thinking compared to player prop sites like Prizepicks we're on right now. You could do it for Underdog and Thrive, Sleeper, whatever you play on over there. They're going to give you their top picks. So their top pick, Damone Clark, over tackles plus assists. You can see how it works. Minus 140 DraftKings, minus 142 on Caesars. So their algorithm will put this one as one of the top picks. Minus 155 on Fliff. Underdog has this at 7 flat. while you're getting it at 6.5 on Prizepicks. So they really like this one. We're going to go ahead and lock this one in. Dallas is down a couple defenders for this game, so going to open up some more tackles for the linebacker Damone Clark here, taking him on the over. Filling in here, should be in on a lot of plays and hit this one. I like this line a lot for the OddsJam pick of the day, and OddsJam as well has a 7-day free trial. If you want to try it, use the link down below to get access to that. But a good pick there for our third one. So for the fourth pick, we're going to be going to David Montgomery. We're just going to go to the straight rushing yards. He got way more carries last game than Jahmyr Gibbs did. Montgomery's back and fully healthy here. Like earlier in the season when he was getting a ton of carries and putting up some really good yardage marks. Get a great matchup here against Green Bay. Has been absolutely smashing this except for that one game against Tampa. I think this line is just too low against an opponent that they're supposed to beat by more than a touchdown. And if we pull this one up to look at some stats on Outlier, we can pull up the rushing yards here and flip to the over. 6 of 10 games he's gone over this, but this dates back to last year. If you just look at 2023, 6 of the 7 games he's played in, he's gone over that, and they kind of had to ease him back in when he came back from injury. 32 carries on the 28th here, and then he came back to get 19, 6, 12, and 12. I think he's going to get a lot more than 12 carries back. Like in the beginning of the year, 21, 16, 32, 19. So I think he's going to be in for 15 plus carries and going to be taking him on the yardage here. The rushing yards allowed, 28th at 134.7 per game from Green Bay. So absolute smash spot here for David Montgomery. I think he's going to get a ton of carries and have a really nice game. The yardage seems pretty safe here. The other one you could consider is the rush attempts, but I think even if he gets 12, 13 carries, he's going to hit the over on the rushing yards. So rather go to the yards. I think that's safer based on, I think it was 6 of 7 games or 7 of 8 games this year has gone over this. Only time he didn't was a fairly tough matchup against Tampa. So I think we can lock in Montgomery over here. And then for the fifth pick, we're going to George Kittle. Kittle, the one I like is going to be the targets. He's been getting a ton of targets recently versus Seattle. I think it's not going to be an absolute blowout. Seattle usually keep it somewhat close against San Francisco, rivalry game. It's in Seattle. I think it may be, a tougher, kind of more defensive game in this one. Hence the Gino Smith under, but also the Niners having to throw a bit. And Kittle has been a huge part of this passing game. If we look recently, 9 targets versus Tampa. They absolutely blew out Jacksonville. He got 4 targets. The game before that, 11 and then 7. So they've been going to Kittle a lot. And I think in a closer game than people think, and I think lower scoring, Kittle's going to be targeted again a lot in this one. So going to Kittle for the 5th pick, I think is one that we can definitely jump on. And then, hey, if you're not jumping on the Christian McCaffrey, you have to for the 6th pick. We'll just throw this in here. Obviously, going to go with that one. Over a half yard rushing and receiving. Definitely going to hit this 3 square here, which we love to see for Thanksgiving. So those are going to be the 5, actually 6 picks with McCaffrey in here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. We've been absolutely crushing NBA and NFL. 5 or more cappers in there at all times, giving out picks. So definitely get in there, less than $1 per day. You can see recently what we've been doing. 4 for 5 in the NBA yesterday, a 2 for 2 from Parlay, 2 for 2, and a 3 for 3. He went 5 for 5 Finiti yesterday in the NBA. So absolutely crushing. Get in there. It'll be linked down below for you to check out, and we'll see you guys in another video.